Hello guys, and welcome back to something new, something completely new on the channel. And I am not alone of this new thing here. I am joined with Dirtysparkle. Hello.
Hi.
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 Hi. So we've been fiddling with the project here for some time, organizing, planning it, all that stuff. It's been taking some time, right?
Yeah.
And what we are making for you guys in this series here is Mythos Zoo. That's what we're calling it. You wanna explain a little bit what it's about, Sparkle? You wanna?
Yeah. So we kind of had this concept, this idea where we wanted to make a zoo based off of different mythologies, right?
Yes.
So we wanted to not only do that, but take it a step further and research into each specific mythology that we chose, I guess, and kind of build upon that. So take inspiration from the gods, the goddesses, different creatures and stuff like that, right? And try to incorporate that into the zoo with the animals and stuff like that, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very fun. We were having a lot of different mythologies up in our sort of brainstorming session, and then we were also kind of focusing on what was doable in the game for us to do.
Right.
Because we
had a lot of options, and it was fun though. It was really fun to research, like, because we looked at Native American, we looked at Japanese, we looked at quite a few options, right, on what we wanted to go with, but some of them just didn't quite make sense because there weren't maybe the right animals, or just the pieces we didn't think we would have enough of, right? And so the ones we landed on, but I like what we landed on, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Also, after we sort of got this new Africa pack DLC, and as soon as we saw lots of those pieces for like what you guys are gonna see today, where we start on the Egyptian area, so that was just perfect that pack just came to us here right at the start of the project. So
yeah, it was literally perfect. When you were opening it up on stream and looking at that new DLC, I was just like, oh my gosh, there's so many pieces here that are going to be absolutely perfect for what we're doing.
Yep, exactly. So it's gonna be a very, very cool project, guys. There's gonna be lots of stuff, as you guys have seen in the cinematics here. It's Egypt we're starting with first, and then we have Greece,
right.
And then we will have
what they're seeing right now, though. You want to explain that real quick before we?
Which one?
Because what they're seeing right now is Yggdrasil, right?
Yes.
Do you want to, since they're looking at it, you want to explain that before we? Explain the areas, or?
I guess I can. The main purpose with this tree here is that it's the centerpiece of the zoo, obviously, and it's there to represent life, and just everything in particular, and also because we are having the Nordic northern mythology too, and it goes very well with that. And since we knew that we were gonna make it a big tree, then why not just make it a centerpiece of the whole zoo, and then sort of just having it being a sort of a tribute to life in a sense, and mythology in too. So that's what you're seeing me struggling with here. I was, you can ask Sparkle, I was back and forth with this build here. I was like, I don't like it, I like it, I do like it, I don't like it, and Sparkle was also kind of the same, to be honest.
I'm like, I'm not feeling it.
And there's a lot of progress here, as you guys can see, and also this tree is not done, not even as you will see in the cinematics. This tree will be added the more we build on this park here, because it still needs some changes, and so the tree we just wanted the centerpiece, the tree, to be there, so we can start off building in this half circle.
Yeah.
We will
And
show
just use
you.
it kind of as a vocal point or a focal point too. So like a kind of give us an idea of some depth and whatnot. Sorry, Finn is just borking in the backyard real quick. But literally just give it some depth, right? Or where, depending on where we're at in the park, we can just use that as, like you said, kind of a centerpiece to gauge kind of where we're at, where we want to go, what views we want, right? From specific parts of the park, depending on where you're standing, all that kind of stuff. So this is, like Wikz said, this is like the very beginnings of what Yggdrasil is going to end up as. But it's a great start. It's a great start because anytime you're working with like organic pieces or like things like trees, it can start to look the same, and if you don't step away from it multiple times, it's gonna just look like a giant piece of broccoli. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So yeah, don't get too hung up on the tree yet. We're not either. It's gonna be like Wikz said. We'll come back to it and make changes as we go.
But we were at this point now too that the tree at least did look like something we want go. Like we want to go in this direction with the tree, at least how it looks for now. So so we thought it was somewhat presentable enough to get it in the video and start making and start putting out the areas of the zoo. I will. You guys will see some pictures and stuff thrown in the video here while we talk over them. It's lots easier to just throw them in while we talk over recording here. But yeah, you guys will see a little layout of our zoo where we have all 4 of them and then the tree in the middle. And we also have a few color schemes for each areas too, which...
so do you want to tell them which areas are now, the 4 areas?
Well, the 4 areas we have are the, as we said, the Egyptian. And then we have the Greek one, Greek. We have Nordic. And we ended off with Hindu. Those are the 4 mythologies we are going for, and we had a lot of fun of finding animals that should represent, that should represent all mythologies. And we were looking through the entire Supedia and all that stuff in the game, and what animals do we have, and is there other animals we might be able to see or say is this animal, and etc. I think we came out with some pretty cool ones. Do you want to mention? I don't think we should say too much of the 3 others, but I just think we should mention the first one, the Egyptian one here. So you want to maybe mention
like, the animals or the what?
Yeah, the animals we sort of have in our mind to build.
Yeah. So we kind of, I feel like we did a really good job, or at least we are doing a good job of our planning. So as Wikz mentioned, we kind of mapped out the area. We spent a lot of time in Pinterest. He and I, maybe we can share some of our Pinterest board too with you guys at some point. Just getting kind of like an idea of what we want in each space and area, but we also, like you said, we did color schemes for each area so that everything's going to look nice and cohesive, which I'm a big fan of design wise, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so we also then of course went through each mythology, and we were looking at the gods, the goddesses, like I said, some of the creatures and whatnot that we could draw inspiration, and maybe even as we start to build, we haven't got there yet, but even start to build, maybe we can build some things that represent or pay homage to these gods, goddesses, depending on the specific area that we're in. But for Egypt specifically, we made... that's our biggest... Is that our biggest area? Is that what we figured? Or is it the Hindu? It's either the Egyptian or Hindu is going to be the biggest area, right?
I think Egyptian might be one of the bigger one. I also think that's why we're starting with it, because it's going to involve most animals. Yeah, so, right, I mean, I don't have the list, unfortunately. I should have got that in front of me. Do you have it in front of you? I can think of the ones off the top of my head that we decided on, right? Yes. We decided on the crocs, of course, right? Obviously, yeah.
Crocodiles are huge.
Which will also be the first animals. Hopefully next video already, we will have the saltwater crocodile.
Like exhibit, and then we discussed hippos, correct?
Hippos, yes. Yeah.
We have hippos because obviously now there's a ton of hippos and whatnot. And we'll start to get into more depth of like which gods and goddesses we're like specifically, you know, paying homage to or representing in the exhibits, right? Like later on. But for now, we'll just kind of tell you which ones we're doing. So what else did we decide? Crocs, hippos.
We have beetles, right? In the exhibits.
Oh, the scarab beetles.
Yeah.
Yep. We've got some cobras, I believe, or like snakes in general. I really should have gotten this list in front of me. I didn't think about it.
As you guys can see here in the background, I had like so much footage of this tree here. It was insane how much I had, so I really had to cut it down to small bits of me just doing some stuff on the tree, and you guys will see some fails, some errors and tries and stuff like that. But now where we are now, I am sort of kind of taking a little break from the tree and doing this little circular canal platform-ish that go all the way around.
Yeah, kind of like a boardwalk.
Yeah,
type.
that goes all the way around the entire thing here, right? And I decided to use these sort of Nordic sort of wooden bits and stuff and make a little more cool fence, because it's related to Yggdrasil and stuff like that. So I felt like it would be kind of cool to just have it all the way around. And since it's brown and woody, it can literally mix with all the other themes we're building.
Right.
So that's pretty much.
I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. And of course, again, this is super early, guys. So there will of course be added tons of stuff. There will also be added a plaza, like an entrance. But that'll be later on in the series, so everything has been sorted out. We just prioritize a little bit different too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the list, by the way. So back to the animals in Egypt. We got camels that we decided we were gonna do.
Of course, yes.
Of course, yeah. I don't know how I forgot that.
Yeah, me too.
Camels, crocodiles, hippos, scorpions, cobras. I think we're gonna do maybe baboons. Right?
Yeah.
We discussed an idea. I don't know if you want to talk about the idea we had or save that for.
We can. We can always show them when we build. When I show them.
Okay, it's gonna be really cool. The idea we had for the baboon exhibit is, I think, quite unique. I'm hoping we can pull it off, but I think it's gonna be super cool. I can't.
One thing I can say is that
it's
super cool that they added these new features in the game, though, that we can actually just, to say something, that we can actually build a habitat without building a habitat and actually still have the animals roaming around inside of that not showable habitat. In a sense.
Right. Yeah, I think it's safe to say this isn't going to be a realistic zoo. I mean, we will implement some realism in there, but no, this is going to be a fantasy zoo, if we could.
I mean, already now, as they can see in the background here with the
as
tree.
You can see here, we got some magic happening, right?
I really like it too. I thought it was super cool.
It was fun. It was really fun to do this part.
And it'll be better, as we guys say. This tree here is gonna we're gonna do so much coloring on it, like at night, and it's gonna be such a cool vibe, and maybe more mist and hanging lamps and lampposts. And this tree is gonna have so many things. It's gonna just be like the tree when you just look at it, and you'll be like, damn, that's Yggdrasil, right? You know. So that'll be super cool. But yeah, as you guys could see here with all what we're doing here, so it's a lot of floating objects and lampposts and all that stuff that's going to be added here, and you will see us add tons of more stuff to this tree the more we go into the project. So yeah, right. But we are, as we say, sort of satisfied with how it looks for now, and we will play a lot more with the lighting. And you saw some cinematics in the start of the video as well, and in the end of the video too. But we will also do the entrance and stuff as soon as we got some more stuff into the park, because then we will have some more ideas to how we could combine all these sort of mythologies into one entrance. That's sort of the plan with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because we plan on making some custom pieces within each of the sections that we could probably just copy and paste or whatever over to the entrance to represent each of the areas without having to do too much extra, work on the entrance, right?
Yes, because the entrance is really a tedious part. But unless until you got the idea, then it's usually pretty solid. You're pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come to us. I kind of have an idea in my head.
Yeah.
That I'd like to see if it'll just kind of organically come together,
Yes. So, you guys have been seeing me build this tree here and this little water.
Whoa! I didn't see this
thing here. Is that well, I tried to do that umbrella sort of shape.
Oh yeah, and it looked. It was like too geometric. It was like perfect. I'm like, wait, this isn't.
Yeah, so I was trying to redo it, and I kind of did, and that's how the tree kind of. That's what I'm saying. Like, I did this tree was so many like trial and errors, and as I say, it's still not even done yet, right? So it's like, and I needed a break because I was building on it for 2 days.
I was like, just
2 days in a row.
Step away from the tree.
It's also because yeah. It's
like
tough.
I said, they're weird. It's like it's a weird thing to try to map out in your head, and then once you're starting to like put it all together, you're like, wait, why is this not doing what I want it to do? But I'm glad you stepped away from it, and I was like, all right, well, let's just because we hadn't at this point discussed our palettes, our color palettes, and we hadn't discussed our layout, right? So I was like, once you got to a certain point with the tree, I could tell you were getting a little frustrated with it. I was like, let's just refocus. Let's go back into our Pinterest board and like look at our colors and do something fun.
Yeah, but that's also because we are two different people with two different opinions also already, right? And already there it was, we were kind of already like, I was like, well, I kind of like it how it looked. Yeah, but and then, well, but what if we then, and then we were like, and that's also why I kept on redoing this freaking tree here. And it's still not done.
Yeah, because I hated it.
Yeah, that's I could pretty much say that. Yeah, you kind of hated it, and she didn't hold back to say it. So
no,
it was so yeah. So I would have to stop with this tree after 10 minutes, guys. Just saying. No, I would not. I would not have.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm just like I'm just, if I feel it, I just gotta be like, listen, because it, like you said, it's the centerpiece, right? It's like gonna be the main thing. But I didn't expect you to like get it right away either. That's a big, part to do. Yeah, I want to play around with it too.
Yes,
well,
you need to. You need definitely also to get into the game and build some stuff.
Yeah.
We got sure that you got all them DLCs almost now. So you can get in.
So I can actually like cooperate, yeah.
Yeah. So hooray for that.
So then you can hate on my stuff.
Oh, I
can annoy you.
No, of course not. Here, there's a little example actually of the color palettes, right?
Oh yeah,
we did like this. Yeah, we need you. We did all this for all our themes. When we went in and made a little color palette board. With all like 6 different pieces to see how the textures looked, and this is sort of what we have to work with. Also, it just makes it easier when we have to switch the parts between us or the file, that we just have these same colors all over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in Egypt now. The tree is not gonna be worked on anymore for now. I don't know when I will go back to it. I will go back to it, but for now we're focusing on Egypt. Yes.
Yeah.
And we've been, as Sparkle said, we've been watching a lot on Pinterest. We've been sending pictures back and forth to each other on ideas on what we could do here. And the funny part is that with all these things here we want to build, like we haven't really discussed Nordic and Hindu so much yet, but Greece and Egypt, we both were kind of agreeing. There's not really a lot of us that we disagreed on. We were kind of like, we need this, we need this, we need this, and
yeah, we were pretty much on the same page with all this for sure.
Yeah, so that makes it even nicer that I can literally just go full ham here of what I know we sort of discussed. So yeah, we had 2 or 3 pictures that was like, I want this sort of thing, when we want this opening with some stairs up top, and then we want to go down again, and then a little small open, like a closed bazaar that goes into an open plaza, where that's hopefully what they will see next time, where we'll add the saltwater corridor, which is exciting. It's always exciting.
So we found quite like you said on Pinterest, we found a lot of Egyptian, architecture and inspiration. We found this really cool, just I guess it would have just been like a whole palace. I guess, right? I would assume it's just pretty much like a palace back in the day.
Yeah.
And we kind of used that layout along with 2 other images of like you said, the bazaar, or the pillars walking up into the bazaar and everything like that. That really inspired us for at least the layout of this, the whole Egyptian part of the park. So you just kind of ran with it, and it turned out so cool already.
Yeah.
And it's just the little entrance, for the big area. Like, we have some pretty big plans for the Egyptian, I mean, all of it obviously, but specifically the Egyptian part, I think is going to look really cool.
Yeah, and I also think so far the order of kind of like how we want to build this, that I feel like it's good we ended off with Hindu, because it's new and it's super colorful.
Yes.
So it'll be very fun to build that area, right? So
yeah,
I can already say that like Greece will also be very fun. Egyptian, on the other hand, I could maybe assume it will be quite tedious,
right,
because of all the temples and trims, but we'll see how it will go. Like I mean, this one I built in like freaking few hours. I just hit a groove.
Yeah. You did. You were like, hey, look at this. I was like, wait, what? Jeez.
So yeah, we kind of like already have an entrance there for the Egyptian section. So that's pretty dope already. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how you're just like going through and slowly implementing the color scheme and everything too. It's nice.
Yeah, it's I kind of like just to build so I have the base first, and then as soon as I know this is how the building is gonna be, shape-wise, foundation-wise, then I can start trimming, right? Because then I know I don't have to move it and stuff like that. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, just trying to make some roof on this guy here. Not too like no spires or anything. That's not really how you see it in Egypt so much, like those big spires. And so it's mainly just a flat.
It's very flat, yeah. Flat and geometric, right? A lot of angles, very angular.
Exactly. I do end up making it a little bit like pretty and all, giving it like some nice mosaic on next to the door frames and stuff like that.
I love this.
Yes, and here I'm adding like
the hieroglyphs.
Yeah. We need something like that before you enter the.
Even just something like that, like adding that little trim piece there, and it just makes such a big difference, doesn't it? It creates more interest.
It really does. It really does.
And here you do this piece by piece.
Yes.
Talk about tedious. Good God.
Well, to get the best out of it, you see how good it looks now when you do it like separately.
Yes.
It looks like it actually put in by people.
Yeah, you're right. Instead of just like absolutely. Well, they were pretty precise with their stuff. Not gonna lie.
They are
Egyptians
indeed.
in general, right? But.
So
man, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I do in this video today. Besides the tree, and then I start on this sort of. I thought it would kind of cool if we could mix it together in one video to get it like a good introduction to our series.
Yeah.
Because we've been hyping this a bit in our discourse and stuff, and people have been excited to see it. So here it is, finally the first episode of Mythos, and we are gonna try have at least one out a week, but it is different when we have 6 hours between us, and Sparkle has a daughter, and it's very difficult for us to find time where we can actually sit down and do this for.
It's mainly like where it's quiet enough
Yes.
to be able to.
So it will actually be when we're recording this now, pretty much at like 4 or 5 in the morning. But that's just how it is, guys. You know, and if it works, it works. So
that's life for you. Just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, and you know what? It is what it is. You know what? It's just sleep, anyways, right? So
he's like, who needs that? Yeah.
Who needs sleep anymore?
As you're literally falling, like over.
Have you even been noticing me sitting with my eyes closed the entire time when we're recording this? I just tattooed.
Oh yeah, I every once in a while.
I just tattooed my eyes on my eyelids. Actually.
Just tape them open.
Kind of like Anyways, good talk there. Cool story. All right, moving on. I am here. I'm making. I was kidding. I joke. As I said here, doing this little roof piece too here to the building, kind of like connecting them even more. So it becomes this sort of arch sort of thing that people have to go under. Before they actually go into this sort of bazaar we're gonna make, or open market plaza thing. And oh my god, do I love these new pieces from the Africa pack, guys. They are so awesome. I love these new columns here, the pillars. Amazing. We're gonna have a lot of fun with those in here. We're gonna use them a lot, I know that.
Do they have different design pillars, or are these the ones that you got just this time?
This is the one I got. I think there's 2 or 3 different ones, and you can also stack them differently too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So as you can see here, this is then what I was talking about, having this stairway again on this side here, kind of like all the way around the plaza here, or this sort of platform. And then they can go on each side, and then it'll be this sort of, as they will see next time. I'm excited to build it, actually. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool.
Why don't you just stay up and start building? Don't even go to sleep.
I just stay up now, yes.
As soon as we're done here, just...
Let me go make a coffee.
Go for it. No.
No.
Your neighbor will literally come over and hit you if you do that.
It's fine.
Ooh, I like this. I didn't watch you do this piece by piece, so this is like the first time I'm watching you actually.
Yes.
Like going piece by piece, and what you actually did yourself versus what's already created in the game. Somebody that isn't as familiar with all the pieces like me, it's cool to go and watch you guys like do this stuff, because I'm like, I have no idea what is in the game and what you made. So it's really cool to go in and be like, holy crap, man. Yes,
it'll be a cool way for you to get into the game and learn it in a sense, you know, like yeah, it'll be good. And yeah, this is pretty much the last thing I'm doing to the build. Adding this, and then I think I add a few things around it, like a few walls, some palm trees.
Are those colors from the palette?
The ones that these have?
Or on the tiles,
yes, Yes.
Very nice.
Very nice, yes.
I'm gonna like ask you about every little piece. Like, you colored that piece, right?
I did.
That piece is part of the palette, right?
This color. Did you use the right color?
You're gonna hate me by the time it's all said and done.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
I hope not.
But it is highly likely.
I've worked with a lot of different people in collabs and stuff.
That's true.
I think we're okay.
Okay. Oh.
But Sparkle, isn't it crazy that half an hour has already gone?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Exactly. Guys, let us know what you think of this whole project here. And like, even though we have it all organized and all that stuff, we always want to hear you guys' feedback. And you know, if you guys have ideas, what would be cool to add in the Egyptian area, stuff like that. You know, hit us up. We're down to hear what you guys have to say. And also, what's
your favorite mythology? That's what I want to hear. Or your favorite like god or goddess or deity or whatever.
Yes.
Sound off in the comments. I want to know.
Yes, good idea. Let's hear that, guys. And everything else in the description below, Discord, YouTube, Twitch link, all that stuff, guys. So here are some cinematics, and Sparkle, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see the others next time.
Yeah, I look forward to it, you guys. This is gonna be really fun.
It really will. It really will. So yeah, leave a like, guys, if you think it deserves it, and we will see you next time around.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
All right, bye.